Did everybody get signed in? Where's the sign-in sheet?
Over here on the table. Not very big.
Please don't sign, just print.
That's illegal.
Huh? Print your name. And it's like using hieroglyphics sometimes. Hey, so if you guys want to talk, raise your hand. Otherwise, it gets very distracting when everybody talks. So, our dispatch team. Does everybody know who everybody is?
No.
So Kelly's on the right. She's the dispatch manager. You have Kieran, who does just administrative stuff. Tara's in the middle. And then you have Gio and Juan.
Gio looks scary.
Well, yeah. Wouldn't you be scared standing next to Juan?
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what he's going to touch next. So, all right. Hey, so I found this on the internet, and I was pretty impressed.
We're doing better?
Most of the things out there about us are very, very, very good. And I don't think this was the nicest one.
Was this a review?
Yeah.
From who?
I don't know.
Me neither.
Wow.
That's from a year ago.
Well, yeah.
2 years. Wow. It's 2 years.
Yeah, but I was pretty impressed. So,
Probably one of the owners.
yeah. So I think that for the most part, there was one guy that left everything was zero all the way across the board. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So it was kind of weird, but you get those disgruntled people. We had a guy leave and he said some really bad stuff. And anyways, all right. So here's our agenda. We're going to be going over the safety contest. We're going to review our company's safety score, and then we'll talk about things that the shop wants to visit with you guys about. Dispatch, same thing. And then equipment that you got to carry at all times, prohibited equipment and alterations made by you, cargo securement, traffic collisions, and then company drivers that risk it all. So it ought to be fun. So our driver safety contest points and deduction sheet. This year's contest is going to run from January 2nd to November 26th. We'll also be having quarterly. So what we decided was last year it's just one person wins the grand prize. There's still a grand prize. But this year, every quarter, so every 3 months, somebody's going to win something really nice. In fact, so first place for the annual contest at the end of the year at the Christmas party, somebody's going to take home 9, 6, and 3,000. 4th through 10th will get a $500 check. The first quarter, it's $3,000 every quarter. So if you think that I can't win overall, you can buckle down for 3 months and push hard and win $3,000. And that puts you in the contest for the annual one.
Does it?
Yep.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Yeah. Somebody could win all 4 quarters and the annual.
Right. So that 300 miles, what if you don't do more than 300 miles?
Well, then you're definitely not going to win that quarter, are you?
No.
I mean, what if that's all we get?
I don't know.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah, no, we made it different. So the 300-mile one is for those guys that run LA and back.
Yeah.
And run short. And then the highest MPG for the entire quarter.
Right. Never can
Then you get the most completed miles ran.
Right.
4th quarter is going to be the best overall driver of the year. You can't be disqualified for anything. And voted on by all White Mountain drivers and employees. So it's going to be put out at the end of the year, and everybody's going to have a vote. So on a weekly, Blah, blah. Who said blah, blah?
Because it's the same guys that get the long miles and the same guys that get the short miles.
Well, hey, no, but you just missed it, Peter. You
No,
just said.
I
you just
only
said
get
the guy that's
2,000
doing-
a week.
No,
How am I gonna get 3,000 a month?
No, Peter, you're missing the whole concept. The
How many
person that
miles
wins
does
the
it
safety
say?
meeting- The person that wins the safety contest is going to run LA and back the whole time. Because you're going to get
So
your best
the
fuel
second
mileage.
quarter would be all about you.
We'll see. Don't get me wrong, but
We broke it up so that everybody, each group, so you have groups that run small miles, you have groups that run big miles, you have groups that conserve fuel, you have, so we tried to break it up the best we could so that everybody has a chance to be a winner rather than just one winner at, the top three at the end of the year. This gives, 3 people times 4 is 12, and then you got, at the end of the year, you got 3 more.
okay.
Yes.
This will work.
MPG, folks that runs with the automatic, what's the difference since you look at everybody's stuff, their sports stuff, so folks that got automatic, folks that got 10 or 13 speeds, what's the
Francisco.
what's actually the mileage difference in there?
There ain't no miles difference. Just
Gary
a
drives
truck
an
idle.
automatic. What do you get?
I'm getting 7.4, 7.6. Just don't let it idle at night. If you let the truck idle at night,
I'm saying that because I've driven automatic and I've driven 13 speed. All right, automatic going to give you higher mile per gallon.
Okay.
Ain't no way. Whatever you do, if you drive automatic, you're going to get higher MPG than when you drive 13 speed.
you
So
get
that's what I'm
high.
saying.
You can still get high.
Even if you don't add it, brother.
Hey,
Even if you don't add it.
if you run Phoenix to LA, you don't have to worry about it. I'm throwing it out. No, I'm being serious. Like, I went through this whole thing.
You can run any vehicle, whether it's automatic or standard. You can get your miles per gallon.
Big fucking miles.
No, if you automatic, you're gonna always have
Well, I'll tell you what. If you want to switch out of the 13 speed to an automatic, we'll do that. So, hey, so listen, we can't please everybody. We're trying to please most everybody.
Fuel mileage is in the gas pedal anyway, even though it is electronic.
So, if you get the 6.2, it's 25. Over 2,000 is 25. Over 23 is 50. Over 25 is 75. Over 3,000 is 100. Completion of training offered to drivers. So if you're offered training, you get an extra 50 points. Safety meeting, online or in person, you get 100 points. The difference about being here is we feed you plus you get the $50. In-shop weekly inspections, 25 points. Clean and orderly truck during inspections is 25 points. So if the mechanics are having to rub the stuff underneath their nose to get in your truck, you're probably not going to get the points. Roadside inspections, a clean level 1, 50 points plus $50. Clean level 2 is 30 points. Clean level 3 is 20. Reliability with dispatch is going to be 50 points. No log violations or unaccounted for miles weekly is 25. No harsh driving incidents weekly, 25. 6 or more loads over 300 miles during a pay period, 100 points. That's your LA guys. Running with no inside camera cover, 100 points a week. So, as far as that, and I'll get to it, we'll talk about it in a minute. Those that training per full week of a new driver, you're going to get an extra 100 points. If the trainee stays for 6 months, no safety incidents and no log violations, you'll get 50 points for that. And here's our deductions. 15 or more over the speeding limit, and when you guys, so let me let you in. It's not the police catching you doing that only. Samsara catches it and sends us a notification. So if you're in a 45 and you're running 65, it sends us a notification. So that's what we're using. So 10 or more over the speed limit, 50. Safety events, extreme events, harsh events, 50. Small events are 10. Driver not viewing Samsara safety video. So when we send you the video and you don't watch it, you get a negative 25 per occurrence. Yes, sir.
Okay, John, say you're running down the 15 and it's 80 miles per hour speed limit.
Mm-hmm.
And you were cruising somewhere around 78 and you were hit 80 miles per hour speed limit. You know, will you be, how long does it take before you are dinged for hitting 80 miles per hour speed limit?
Well, your truck shouldn't be going 80.
Is there something you know we don't know?
No, I'm saying
All of our trucks?
Yeah. It's not 75. I'm just saying, you know, because even at 75, there's some, you know, depending on how the road is, you know, the truck will roll a little bit faster than that. So when you see that it hit 80, you're kind of, oh shoot, it shouldn't be at 80. All right. So like, how many seconds before you're being penalized for that?
I don't know that there is a seconds.
It should be like 5 seconds.
No, he's saying, so let's say if
Wait.
we're
It's an easy thing to take care of.
No,
Because you can just, there's Jake brakes and there's a brake. So, I'm just saying,
What happens with Samsara is when you hit 80,
it pops.
it sends an alert. It sends email.
But that's
to
only 5
specific
over.
people here. The minute you hit 80,
Right? It knows the speed limits everywhere, except in construction zones. Because those are put up simultaneously.
What about those roads that used to be like, I don't know, 45 and now are 65?
They know.
Sam sure doesn't know. I get fucking Mike calls me every time I'm on 277 saying, hey, you're doing 65 and a 45. I'm like, Mike, the speed limit is 65.
Mike who?
Mike Chavez.
Oh. Well, we need to
Because
update that.
277 is 65 miles an hour. But Sam Sierra thinks it's 45 still. Because probably back in the day it probably was.
That's a long time.
It is 45 that after you come around that curve.
Just in the town.
Yeah.
Just in the town it's 45. But once you get out of town it's 65.
Well, 50
All right.
until you get to the reset.
260 is 50.
No, it's
277.
277.
Yeah.
Coming down from Holbrook.
Out of Snowflake.
Snowflake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll look at
on the Colorado Springs, the 125. 125 there around Colorado Springs. The speed limit is 75, but my truck is telling me it's 60. You know, but the sound on, you know, because it used to be 60, but the sound on the road now is 75. You know, but I'm really seeing that.
We'll send you guys, we're going to try to send out a message when it, if we can, when it occurred. And if you guys want to dispute it, by all means.
Yeah, because yesterday I was on the 25 coming down, you know, and it's 75 miles per hour, you know, but on the GPS on here, you know, it's still at 60 miles per hour, but the sound on the road is 75.
All right.
On the 25.
We'll be reviewing them. All other safety-related tickets, 75 points. Non-out-of-service violations on a roadside inspection are 20. Out-of-service violations are minus 100. No in-shop inspections for 4 consecutive weeks is 100. If you guys are out for over 4 weeks, call Scott and say, hey, this is the town I'm nearby. Scott will send you into a Love's right there, and you get your in-shop inspection. Damage to cargo or equipment under $500 is 50 points. Includes towing, airlines, jump starts, etc. Damage to cargo due to operator error greater than 1,000 is minus 300 points. Damage to equipment greater than 1,000 minus 300. Damage to equipment more than 500 is 100 points off. Misusing PC is minus 1,000 points.
Oh, nice. It's about time.
I didn't even come up with that
Hey,
number.
hey, it's about time.
Unplugging or tampering with an ELD is minus 1,000.
Oh, come on.
Not turning in tickets or a roadside inspection. Listen to this, guys. If you don't turn in your tickets or your inspection within a week, it's 1,000 points. Accidents, when you're at fault, is minus 400. Speeding violations, minus 400.
Is that if you get caught?
Using a handheld phone, minus 400. No seatbelt, minus 400. Violation for a lane restriction, for license restriction, minus 400. Failure to type your load, minus 400. Not reporting damage to any load or equipment, minus 400. Misconduct on a roadway or at a shipper or receiver, minus 400. So I'll tell you what it means. So hang on.
Yeah, I want to know what that means.
So what it means is we just had a driver go out to CVEZ, and when CVEZ moved our trailer, they damaged the landing gear. Well, he went over the edge, screaming, yelling, cussing, to the point where they called the sheriff's deputies out there, banned him from the property, and we almost lost the account.
Oh,
So don't you guys do that. If they've damaged our stuff, call myself, call Mike Chavez, call somebody and say, hey, I'm out here, the trailer's been damaged by the shipper, it's this trailer number, can you take care of it? Yeah, we'll take care of it. So his intent was good, but his delivery was garbage. So if you have an at-fault accident with a claim over $50,000, total disqualification from all contests. Here's our safety score, guy, and it is getting effed every day. So when the feds come in and audit us, or the state comes in and audit us, I promise you they're shutting our speeds off. They're going to shut us way down. Because we continually, every month, somebody gets a speed. Every month, somebody gets a speed.
So we're still doing terrible.
Yeah. So in this, so here it is.
oh, Jesus.
12-18, 15 over. How many points does that carry? 10. And then what happened next?
Yeah.
Speeding, 15 or more over. We got 2 of them.
Man, that guy really doesn't like us.
It's not one person. Then we have improper lane change, 6 to 10. Failure to obey a traffic control device, 6 to 10 over again. Lane restriction violation, failure to obey a traffic control device.
John, what is the numbers there? Columns. The 10 all the way down, the middle one 3, and then the 30 at the end. Can you explain?
So those are points. And I can't remember what they stand for. But this line right here is how many points are carried with that violation that go on our CSA score. So here's our crash, which we were doing real good. We were coming down, and then we started going back up.
What's that one for?
Crash.
You got that many people crashing?
Fly off semis and hit
All right, so here's our hours of service.
Is it a sensor?
It started coming back up. No, those are real crashes.
All right.
And those are only ones that have a towway.
How many of those guys you
I
still
don't
have
have
around?
a bunch of guys.
Huh?
How many of those guys you still have here?
I don't know. That's up to Stephen and David right there.
There's no reason to be that big a hurry to get to a full crash.
So here's our hours of service, guys. This is what we really need to watch. And people think, it's no big deal. I don't put my correct bill of lading number in there, or I don't certify my log, or I don't put down my correct trailer number. Well, I've got 34 trailer numbers in there. It does. It adds up, guys. It really does. So we have driving beyond the 11 hours. We have failed to manually add shipping document number. Failed to certify. Driving beyond the 14 and the 11. That was a good one. Failed to ensure the ELD automatically records data. What do you think causes that? Not bringing it in and having it updated. It gets too full, it doesn't clear its cache, and it stops recording your location and your vehicle number. Then we have failure to maintain a blank supply of logs. How many blank logs do you guys have to have in there?
7.
8.
A full pack is brand new.
There you go. Best practice right there.
Make sure they don't say freaking penis.
And then we have another failed to add shipping document number and failed to add certified. So here's our vehicle maintenance. And in vehicle maintenance is the load securement. We're actually continually going down, which is wonderful. And thank you very much. I
So that's a
appreciate
good
it.
one going down.
Yes, sir.
I can't.
And here's our driver basic, fitness basic. Again, this is endorsements and restrictions. So mainly it's hearing aids and glasses is what would get us on this. Okay. Our ISS score as of the beginning of this month was at 60. Again, it's optional. So when they pull it up, it shows that yellow light. So this is what the insurance companies look at. And right now we're at 77. That's before 2 of the speeds have gone on. So it's going to push us up over 80. And 65 is the threshold level where things are copious.
No more bypass.
Yeah, that's right, exactly right. It turns off your bypass. So then we have our hours of service. We're at 62, just hanging just under. Controlled substance, 0. Vehicle maintenance, 27. And crash at 15%. So you can see we are in alert status.
So we're just very unsafe.
Well, our driving sucks.
Yeah.
So our inspection history, you can see by the months. Where's the one I wanted to show? So it shows how many violations we've had in each one of these. So from the shop, check to ensure that your tire chains are in the truck and in good working order. Check that you have a key to tighten them, please. We'll supply you with everything, guys. How many chains should you have on your truck?
6,
What does state of Washington require?
7.
Please continue to fill out a driver vehicle inspection report when there is anything that is wrong with your truck or trailer. And we're going to go over that today, how to fill one out electronically. If you have does everybody have the 12 tail hooks and the 12 D-rings on your trucks?
No.
Because you need to get them. We're hauling a lot of crushed cars and you're going to need those. So, and when you haul crushed cars for the first time, please call me so that I can go over the out of service rules. It's a load specific commodity, so any violation at all puts you out of service. So please call me. I'll ask for pictures. We'll look at the load. I'll make sure that you're not going to get out of service to the best that I can. So, but everybody needs them. We're getting really big into the crushed cars. It's one of the bigger commodities going back to these plants where they're making the rebar. So each week we have about 5 to 10 loads coming out of here, going up to Plymouth. We're getting loads out of California now, going up to Plymouth, and that's Southern California and Northern California. So DVIRs, these need to be filled out. No more walking in telling the shop what you need fixed. Scott has asked that you guys don't do that anymore. If you do not know how to fill out a DVIR, please get with myself or Mike, and we can walk you through the process. We're going to watch a video on it. Maybe.
No, it's okay.
Oh, come on. Huh, that video didn't load. That's weird.
You didn't miss it.
Alright, so from dispatch, thank you for your hard work. If anybody needs help with doing their electronic, just come see me and I'll show you how to do it. Super simple.
Just let them know they got to be on duty when they do one now.
You got to be on duty, yeah?
And each item, you gotta do one item, go all the way up and come back into the DVR and do it. Yeah, you can make a list of them, but they can't check off each thing because it's all in one line. So you gotta do
You
each
gotta do
column
each-
individually.
yeah.
Go back out, come back in, go back out, come back in. That way they got a box they can check on.
Oh, okay.
I learned that when I had a list like this. They couldn't go through each list.
Well, thank you. Please make sure you have all the equipment that you need. We have people getting to places where they're hauling coils and they don't have coil racks. People not putting their S bars on the coils out of the sky. Not having edge protection. And some other stuff. So please make sure you have everything you need. Industry has slowed across the board. Everybody's slow. We've had a couple of FedEx drivers actually come in and apply. FedEx has laid off a bunch of drivers. Please be patient as we diligently work towards, and this is from dispatch, as they work towards getting you guys a load. I know that some people in there are easier to deal with than others, but just remember that that's the hand that feeds. Whether you like it or not, that's the hand that feeds you. And so if you bite it every time it comes out at you, how well do you think it's going to feed you?
John, I have a
Yes.
question. Going back to, so we have to get 12 D rings now and 12 little chains for
Tail
the
chains.
cars?
Yeah, they're 3 feet long.
How long is it? Because this is the first time I heard that. It's been a while.
It takes about
We just
24
started.
foot chain to go from rub rail to rub rail. Down low enough so the D-rings don't touch the car.
Yeah.
So you need a 4-foot tail.
So I gotta get some from them.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You bet. So what you guys should have on your truck are tarps, either the 2-piece tarps or 3-piece tarps. And please, a lot of times we go out there and we can see like 5 tarps rolled up on a truck. Nobody needs that. So, at minimum, 15 4-inch straps, two portable 2-inch straps, about 70 bungees, load chains, 12 of those, binders 12, coil racks 8.
Wait. 10. I just was downtown. Get the 5 coils. I only had 8.
Yeah, we got a customer that ships 5 all the time. So that you need 10
Something
coil racks.
steel went to Alameda, and they had to give me a little pallet.
Is it American Steel?
And they called the company and charged that pallet to the. I go, hope I'm not in trouble, but we're only required to carry 8. He goes, well, obviously you need 10.
Yeah. I was
Talk
lucky
to
one
Kelly
out there
about
was
it.
right behind me. He gave me extra stuff.
Alright.
I was missing 1 rack.
I'm gonna get 2 more.
So do you want us to carry 10?
U.S. Steel.
I am.
Is it US Steel?
Yeah, in
How
California.
many coil racks you got?
Okay.
And that brings only 10 pieces of dunnage.
So when dispatches on that, I'm going to see if they can make sure that you guys have 10. But I guess
I would
you're out.
change it to 10. Change it to 10.
Okay, thank you for bringing that up, Peter. Your ratchet bar, oversized banners, front and rear. Red flags, you should carry 5 of those. CMC has them out. Remember, your red flags have to be 12 inches or 18 inches square.
They're like
Big ass flag.
It is. 3 light bar, corner protectors, S-hooks. Those are what you use on your eyes to the sky. 1-inch straps. That's what you can secure your dunnage. Blankets, 5. Then you need a gallon of motor oil, a gallon of antifreeze, and windshield washer fluid. And then we want you guys to keep at least 5 sticks of extra dunnage on your truck at all times. Radar detectors. David is through the effing roof on this one. No driver shall use a radar detector in a commercial motor vehicle or operate a commercial motor vehicle that is equipped or contains, that means it doesn't even have to be plugged in, any radar detector. And then no motor carrier shall require or permit a driver to violate that section. So David says if there's a radar detector found in your truck, it'll be taken out and thrown away. Google Maps can be a useful tool for truck drivers. but not as a trucker GPS. Truckers can use Google Route Planner to find parking lots, restaurants, gas stations, landmarks, other things, but not as a truck GPS. It's a car GPS. Okay, so we're going to go over some load securement stuff. And it talks about which types of commercial motor vehicles are subject to the cargo securement rules. Everybody. Prevention against loss of load. Each commercial motor vehicle must, when transporting cargo on a public roadway, be loaded and equipped and the cargo secured in accordance with this subpart. To prevent the cargo from leaking, spilling, blowing, or falling from the motor vehicle. Then you have to prevent it from shifting. Cargo must be contained, immobilized, or secured in accordance with this part to prevent shifting on or within the vehicle to such an extent that the vehicle's stability or maneuverability is adversely affected. And then 393.106 says that there are general requirements. So articles of cargo that are likely to roll must be restrained by chocks, wedges, cradles, or other equivalent means to prevent rolling. The means of preventing the rolling must not be capable of becoming unintentionally unfastened or loose while the vehicle is in transit. This is a big one right here, number 2. This is and the reason this is in here, guys, is so I arm you with something. Articles of cargo placed beside each other and secured by transverse tie downs. That means it goes from one side of the trailer to the opposite side of the trailer. Must either be placed in direct contact with each other or be prevented from shifting towards each other while in transit. So when they load the rebar and they leave the spacing in between it, it's illegal. And that's why I'm telling you this. It's illegal. Federal law will not allow that unless they place something in between those spacings of the rebar.
Is that the side by side or is that the end to
Side by side.
Not the long road.
No.
Like shingles too. When we pick up pallets of shingles, they're always.
No, push them together because going down the road, you're tied
Well,
down.
they put the
like
pallets
this.
together,
It
but the
pushes.
shingles are in the middle. And they said, oh, it's good. And it's like this, put them all the way down.
Oh, roofing tile?
Yeah.
Well,
You
yeah,
argue with them and they don't. They say, oh,
asphalt tile sometimes leans, they don't turn them around and put them so they, but the pallets touch, but the
Yeah.
product.
Okay, so if your
It's
pallets
not
are
as
touching,
big,
that's good.
it's not as big as the pallet.
But know that if it's tilted, it's going to walk its way up most times. So please check your load securement. How often should we be doing that?
Every
Every
2
day,
hours.
every 2
Fifty
Where,
miles?
from the time we load, how often?
50 miles
Three
every 3
miles
hours.
every.
Or
150 miles
whichever.
comes first.
Very good. Or. Very good.
15 miles if it's vertical. Yeah,
Alright.
25 miles, so that stuff's gotta be tightened when you first take off.
Even going around the corner.
Don't laugh at me.
Vertical's every 25
We're
minutes.
gonna discuss a lot of this shit. So then the use of a tie down. Tie downs and security devices. Oh, by the way, I won that challenge. They removed it.
Oh,
Yes.
the.
So tie downs and security devices must not contain any knots. If a tie down is repaired, we don't use repaired tie down equipment. We just throw it away. Tie downs must be attached and secured in a manner that prevents it from becoming loose or unfastened. Edge protectors must be used whenever a tie down would be subject to abrasion or cutting at the point where it touches an article of cargo. The edge protection must resist abrasion, cutting, and crushing.
Does that mean I get my $50 out of this situation?
That's $100. Yeah.
No, because there was another violation on there, wasn't there?
No.
Just the one? Yeah, remind me on Monday. So here's what I'm talking about. This picture was sent in by one of our drivers. This is pipe, and this is what they did. Now, look at what he put in between. He put some brand new straps in between. He's like, John, will this fly? And I'm like, no. He's like, I only have 3 straps left. No, he didn't. But I said, no, take them out. Tell those people to push it together. I'm like, well, no, it says right on the bill of lading. I said, I could give a rat's ass.
They needed to block it then, because that way
Yeah.
the customer can put their chains around without having to move them. That's what that's,
But the law is the law, right?
they should have had blocks
The
between,
law says you can't do that, right?
unless they were blocked.
Unless they're blocked. So I say kudos to him for doing that, but it's not gonna, I mean, straps will crush in and get smaller as it goes, so they ended up pushing it all together.
Is that Seguin?
Look at, he's still there, it's nice.
Oh, that's not Pike, that was Angle, right?
Is that- Oh, it is England.
Look at it, it's nighttime now, it's there all day.
Yeah, but it's not, that could be 6:30 at night.
Is that Seguin?
I have no idea.
Oh, it looks like Seguin.
It looks like.
And it probably is.
Yeah, and they
So-
all day.
So what else can be done to this load? Hey guys, let's,
Is that Plymouth?
Push together a little bit more.
no, this is in California. So I don't know where it is.
Oh, you put blocks in between the inside, right?
So what else could be done? So he's sticking over the front of his
They
trailer,
need to
right?
raise the front end up.
Yeah. Well, not with Angle. You might bend it.
No, you're gonna end
So what else could be done? We can't put nothing in front of it. Well, what else could we do?
Choker
What do we do? There we go. Yeah. Why couldn't we choker chain the shit out of it?
Choke the
But
big.
that's too much work.
Hey, you're a truck driver. All right. So securing of coils with eyes vertical. People are starting to catch on to this around the United States, guys. So we know that it says, man, those lights suck. An individual coil must be secured by tie downs arranged in a manner, yada yada. At least one tie down. So it's telling you at the first top you got to X them. 2 tie downs. One across this way, one across this way, and then it says at least one tie down attached from the right side of the vehicle to the cross. So that's 3 over the top. And then either blocking or bracing friction mats, tie downs to prevent longitudinal movement in a forward direction. That's where our S-hooks come in. Or some of the guys will come across and come down and grab the chain that's wrapping around the front. So they'll come across this way and grab it, come across this way and grab it, and then they tighten all 3 of them with a strap over it. So please do that because I know DPS is starting to enforce that.
What do they want us to do now?
Coil?
It's on the front coil, front and rear.
3 straps?
Mm-hmm.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Along with the chain?
with the chain across the front. Yeah.
Penalty strap, so put 2
It's a
chains
penalty, and what it
in
does is
the
it holds the rest.
and then just throw a strap over it.
Yeah. You can throw 3 straps over the front one. I don't care. But we need a chain going around through.
Yeah, the chain, but I'm saying the front, they want 3 straps? Or just
Not too much.
not 2?
You guys can try it.
No, that's changing. That coil rule changes more than my underwear.
It does, but
Jesus
I go and
Christ.
pick those coils in California, and they don't
They're
let
like,
you
you
use
used
the
to be
chain.
2 straps.
The big
Yeah.
one.
not the big coils, not the stuff that they take and make into cars and stuff. This is rebar we're talking about. This is coils that have an eye to the sky. So the eye is the center part. So you have suicide coils where the eyes are pointing out this way, and if it rolls, it's going to roll into your cab and kill you. Then you have coils that the eye goes this way longitudinally. So if you turn a corner, it rolls off the side of your trailer.
He's talking,
He's talking about those 20,000
Yeah, no.
for
Yeah.
canned goods and stuff.
That's cans and that's where they make metal out of.
Yeah, you can't.
Okay, so listen, cargo when it is not blocked. This is something that is being enforced, and I fought with California, and we had to embarrass them at CVSA conference for them to stop, but now Nevada's starting to do it. So when there's nothing blocking it from moving forward, it weighs more than 1,100 pounds, and it's longer than 5 feet. You need 2 tie downs if the article is 5 feet or less in length, but more than 1,100 pounds. 1 tie down if it's 5 feet or less in length and less than 1,100 pounds. 2 tie downs if the article is longer than 10 feet, and 1 additional tie down for every 10 feet or fraction thereof. The other part of this is if it's between 5 to 10 feet, you need 2 tie downs, irregardless of the weight. So if you're carrying one piece of PVC pipe that's 9.5 feet long, how many tie downs do you need on it?
2.
So you see guys that'll take and they'll stack their 4x4s this way and then they'll lay one across here and just put one strap.
You need 2.
It's an out of service right there. So what's a fraction?
What's up, Steve?
So when you guys measure, and it measures like 22 feet, how many straps do you need on that? 4. Because you got the penalty strap. 20 or 10, 20 fraction penalty strap. If you have a bulkhead, then you get to take off the penalty if you want. Our policy for carrying loads that extend beyond the rear of your trailer are flags and lights. So why does the one on the left picture only have one flag?
Because it's not very big.
One flag, one.
If it's less than 2 feet, you only need one flag. More than 2 feet, you need a flag on either side at the extreme edges. I know that a lot of people like hooking it to where they wrap the rebar with their thing, but on your permit it says at the extreme ends.
Is that for Verco too?
Yeah. Verco, does it hang off?
Sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering.
Sometimes there is one long bundle,
Okay.
but
I'm just wondering because it's like,
50 feet, not 60 feet.
yeah, it's like 50 feet. It's only like a foot off or so, but.
I'm just saying it 2 feet off the front.
Huh?
It's
They don't load
already
it, they load it.
No.
And they'll hang fucking 3 feet off the front and a foot off the back and have a 10-foot gap in the middle of that. For some odd reason, I don't know why.
You can always ask them to redo it.
Oh, no.
So we did a little bit of research, and 45 out of the lower 48 states, these are prohibited.
What is that for?
That's so you can turn better.
Really?
Yeah.
That was an old school, no power steering
How
wheel.
much you
looking for the
Turn it
70s,
back.
man?
Yeah.
What they are.
This right here should work about the same with your trucks.
Yeah, that's for like a boat.
Yeah.
There you go.
So please don't have these on. We've gotten 2 violations here recently on that.
Your arm will be
So you can leave the clamp around the steering wheel in most states. But the ball can't be attached while you're driving down the road. And when you get to where you're going, if you really need it to back in, stick it on.
That's like more of a pain in the ass than it's worth.
Because you end up going down the 40 in the middle of a snowstorm.
I've been using Google Maps ever since that Google Maps come out. The thing is, you look at the thing and then you pick your own way, but nobody's that smart. And you don't go the shortest way. You got to go the fastest way. The shortest way will put you through every neighborhood. There, I'm done.
John, can I make
I don't see spending $400 going most of the time.
Yes,
I walk
Peter.
away anyway.
I want to make a comment on that. I have a new phone, and even my old phone, Verizon, and I have that Google Maps, and I have the other one too. But it does everything the other. It even tells me a cop's speed check coming up, and sure enough, there's a cop. I'm like, I'm gonna tell John about it. These things do work just the same as the trucker. I've never had any problems. I've never been taken. Hold on. I've never been taken on a route where it's not for trucks.
Go east of the
Okay,
Mississippi.
wait. No, you don't
I
have
just
to
went
go
to
into
Mississippi.
I said,
Hey, wait. Let me
Forget
show you.
about it.
This is a case in point, guys. Listen. Case in point.
It works.
Here we go. We're on Tonopah, and he's going to Escondido, California. This is exactly what his Google Maps gave him. So look, we're going to go on, we're going to cross over into California, drop down to 95, go across Raleigh. We don't even get down to the 8. And then we're going to go across here. What kind of terrain is that? Oh, yeah. Is that where trucks should be?
I don't know what he
Let's look at a topographical map.
What was it? What's the city he's going to?
Escondido, right off the 15.
Because those guys
Well, I
aren't
mean,
smart to go Google Earth.
Is it a bad road?
Is it a bad road? Let's look.
I'm just
Let's
wondering.
look at the road.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
I mean,
Is it a bad road?
let's talk about this. So he had a load of Verco pipe on. This is the view from his camera. Does that look like the road you should be on?
I mean,
And look at the speed limit.
How fast are you going to be going through the mountains, guys?
Whoa.
There we go.
Sometimes you have
So
a choice.
he picked least distance.
That's why you don't. You pick the fastest route.
That's why
Shortest
you
route.
should have trucker navigation.
That's the shortest route right there.
Just down the street.
Hey,
John, but
So
John,
what-
mine doesn't do that. Mine takes me.
you have a special one, Peter.
It does. And hey, bro, it didn't even tell me not to go this way because there's an accident on there. One time I didn't listen to it, I regretted it. I gave it a fucking stop.
But that's an accident. It doesn't warn you
It
about.
tells you everything.
Okay.
well, what,
So hey, listen. What kind of a curve is coming up here, folks?
25 mile an hour.
A U-turn?
Yeah.
It's just
That's U-turn. So as we start watching the video, let's hope it plays. I don't know why the other one didn't. Let's watch his speed in the upper right-hand corner. But it tells you how fast you should be going, right?
Oh yeah.
So a yellow sign is just a warning sign.
And that's for cars.
It's not enforceable.
So it's 5 miles under that speed limit, so you should take the corner out anyway in a truck.
So what does this sign mean again?
You turn.
You not seen
Yeah,
this?
there's a sharp
Oh,
corner.
this one's good.
And what does this sign mean? You should take that corner at 25.
You better.
20.
I should always take a 5 minutes.
And we know about gravity. What does gravity do?
Boom.
And we all watch the Roadrunner Coyote cartoons, so we know what gravity does.
Especially your top heavy.
The anvil. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Órale.
Hey, was that a
Didn't
cop?
play.
It didn't play.
Did it?
It won't play. Something got effed up in it. I wonder why it didn't load. Right. Well, this is going to suck ass because we got a bunch of videos.
What if girls from Mount Maybe we need a
I know, huh? I need to hear that.
I'll get you up to the top of that system. Just calling that out.
Hey, Ventura! Ventura Highway.
That's not Ventura. That's Carlsbad.
I saw my name in the wall. I'm always in trouble.
I don't know. And I can tell you that all Google Maps in the center. It will put you right into the cop shop. I've got No, but
Fucking A. This is what ended up happening. He went into the corner at 45, guys.
Oh, shit!
Hey, no pipe on trailer.
45. David wouldn't let me show you the inside video. I can't even show you the other one.
Who would?
It's really got me mad.
Oh, yeah.
See, it didn't flip the trailer.
How do you, why you go that way?
What the hell happened to the front?
No, it's the trailer flip.
Oh.
Truck and trailer, it didn't flip all the way.
Yeah, it tipped its
So when it came around this corner, you guys see the guardrail there? So you see the driver, he's driving along. 25 my ass. And he goes into the corner and you see him, and he's like this, and all of a sudden you see his face change. Like, what was that? What do you think it was? That was the trailer
Yeah.
starting to go over. And all of a sudden you see him like, what? And he starts looking around like, I don't know why. And then all of a sudden you see, and it goes over. The only thing that keeps him from going completely over is that guardrail. And he hit it just right. But the guardrail, it sheared every strap. So that, the Verco pipe, or not Verco, but the Vinyltech just everywhere.
Down the mountain.
Then it comes back, and then it pops back over, and it came back over so violently that the cab went down and dented the fuel tank. About this deep. He was wearing his seatbelt, and his window was down. Had he not been wearing his seatbelt, he would have been thrown out. Promise you, thrown out.
So he went like this and came back?
Yep. It went put over. Like, you could see it in the video. It's like this. And then it goes, wham, back over.
Like a cartoon?
Yeah, I'm sorry the videos are not working.
Oh,
Man.
Look at that. That's the side that ate the guardrail.
Oh my God.
280 or 268. 32,000 miles on that truck, guys.
So he did hit the guardrail right
Oh, yeah.
So it did rest on the guardrail, but it knocked itself back over by itself, or is this from the tow truck?
Well, as soon as the load flung, it pulled itself back up, right?
The trailer was.
Look at that. Isn't that great? Ah.
Right now, we got to be tight now, huh?
No. White Mountain, dude.
White Mountain.
White Mountain got a dry shot in the butt on this one.
Yeah.
That sucks.
There's all the straps.
Brand new truck.
Like past Clemens.
So let's take a look how much this cost us. We paid $170,000 the truck's total.
Oh, it's on the opposite.
Trailer was a little bit older, so it's only worth now at $38,000. The load, $110, unless you want to argue over $8. Towed storage, $68,000.
Oh my God.
Hey, John.
The Bigfoot.
You didn't even put on there what they charge to fucking remove the pipe. To get rid of the pipe.
It is. That's in the 68.
That's crazy.
Almost 400 grand, guys.
All for going too fast.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
Right?
Same time.
And you talk
Had he had a GPS, a truck with GPS, he would have never been on that road, Peter. Never.
Truck GPS.
How much you want for the trailer?
Huh?
A truck GPS.
No, he didn't have a truck.
Truck
He's on Google.
GPS.
You want a truck GPS so you don't end up like that.
GPS para la grande truques.
Yeah.
Hablas español? Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't translate that
So
way.
mine doesn't take me. Hey John, mine won't take me to there. It takes me to the road. I'm
Hey,
special.
listen, guys. Listen, when we're having this meeting and it's Peter,
Hey,
because he didn't use his
I got a
truck.
question. This is a serious question. What if you have a truck GPS? Like I legit have a Ramsey.
Listen,
Like I have a legit Ramsey now a truck GPS.
It works.
I throw shit in there, right? And it's like, get fucked, dude, it's not there. Then I put it on Google and Google's like, bam, pulls it up. So I follow Google all the way there.
when was the last time you updated?
You gotta update it.
Every time I go home. My truck sits right in front of my house.
And that's a Rand McNally?
Ramming now.
Now we know what not to buy.
Hey, Ramming now won't get you up to the top of the ski resort. Ramming now won't get you into a gravel pit. Ramming now won't get you into a bunch of job sites that aren't there.
Well, that's what it's saying. If it's a job site, it doesn't have an address.
But Google does.
Make sure it's a fucking freeway you can't afford it.
That's okay.
All right. Hang on, guys. We're all talking. Let's go to the back with Cody.
If you're on a normal route for trucks, but you're doing construction and the construction zone runs you into a no truck route, you still take that route? Or do you park?
Wait, what?
The detour was a no truck route.
Oh, the detour is a no truck route? No, you should be watching because it should have signs up that say no trucks. If it's a normal truck route and they are diverting trucks, they have to post it.
So they're stupid.
Just a minute. What do you have to do?
Looking at the prices here, looking at what it costs per mile to just one accident, because we didn't have some navigation in. And I'm looking at $38,000 for trailer loads. All right, so I'm just multiplying like 75 trucks, $500 a piece. With one mountain board, you know, our truck and navigation for each truck for 75 trucks and $500 is actually less than 38,000. Is this something that one money can look at doing?
Sure. Hey, so let me counteract that with this. What do you get every time you fuel up? Fuel points. We have a driver, Chris Childs, who has bought. He has 3 navigation, trucker navigation. He's got a camera that he can remotely stick on his trailer at the back and see where he's backing up. There's all sorts of stuff. And he still takes showers. So, right now, White Mountain won't pay for it.
But he gets fucking like 400 gallons a day.
It's $1.
What?
It's $1 amount, isn't it? I see your hand. Hang on.
No, but it goes by the no, it goes by the gallon. Your points at love, so it's $1 per gallon you get.
Okay.
Right? And Chris Childs gets more gallons of fuel than any of us.
No, there's people that they
Really? There's people that beat him? Holy
I
shit.
won't name names though. Okay, hang on. Francisco has something. Go ahead.
That's the Elon.
Question if he has
Truck's different.
about signs, no trucks allowed.
Yeah.
Whatever. That happens to me twice. When you turn and the street, like right here, over there, you just go straight that way north, and you turn a half a mile, like in a corner, they say no trucks allowed. How do you back it up?
That sounds like.
When you have a law, this.
Let me give you a photo.
Yeah, I get a pullover twice.
Just say, I don't
And I
speak
say,
English.
hey, why you don't put the fucking sign right here where we can get?
And what do you say?
So I'm not. He walk, shut up. He walk all over the motorcycle.
About 50 miles in the road.
He get my license, right? He walk over to the motorcycle and he said, okay, since you're lucky day, I know how to teach you to give you. You can stay going. I said, man, this, first of all, it's not my fault. What the fuck?
Why would you argue with that?
Yeah.
I would just say, thank you. Bye bye.
I
This is the same.
He told him, thank you,
This
idiot.
is the same fucking guy that you'll give him a horse and he'll be like, just a second, you start checking the teeth, make sure it's healthy.
No, that's because, you know, he pulled me over in the middle of the street. And I said,
Well, you're
well,
not
I
supposed
never
to
see
stop
the
in the
sign.
middle.
Huh?
You're supposed to pull to the side.
Well, I got it in the side, but it's in the middle to the intersection or whatever they call it. And I never see that sign that said no trucks allowed. I never see that sign.
Okay.
What you said?
And it's mainly up in the Bay Area. The Bay Area has a lot of
Colorado has some too.
So,
Not yet.
all right. Hey, so this is another one that we've just happened.
There he is.
Hey, David.
I was talking about it.
So what? So let's take a look. What can we do on the front of this trailer to keep that from happening?
Dunnage, stacked up and
Chain your dunnage down, and it becomes a what? Bulkhead.
Got 5 extra.
Because when these guys load you, they don't give a shit. And when you let them load you, and there's nothing in the middle that's high enough for the strap to push down,
Oh, no, I
They make blocks for that though, for flatbed,
Yeah.
which takes up a lot
So-
of.
Not slamming on the brakes actually prevents that too.
yeah. But let's put a bulkhead up there. So that's why we carry 5 extra dunnage. Also, when you get to where you're going, they buy the steel. They don't buy the dunnage, guys, so they don't get it all.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay.
That metal looks oiled up.
It is.
I unloaded this trailer and all of the straps here. So when you put your straps into the trailer and you're gonna take the shortcut, you're gonna pull the strap and stick it into the turn stuff. Well, people do because they did on that one. Because when I was unstrapping it, it all came out. It only had about 2 inches in. It's actually got to have at least 12 inches in.
It's got to go
So
through.
it's got to have 2 rungs. It's got to run twice around. And this is from the manufacturer. Because when the manufacturer sees stuff like that, they're gonna find out exactly how far in you went with the strap. And if the driver error happened, they're gonna know that before they pay anything out on it too.
So driver error on that's not good.
Oh, and it's kind of loader error too, because they put the flat shit in the middle and the fucking ground.
Well, and then the flat shit didn't. It was not as tall as the round by about an inch. Yeah, that was a whole fuck up.
So you gotta, I know it takes time and you guys don't get paid for sitting around having them redo stuff. But unfortunately, if you don't have dunnage, then you gotta have them restack it. What's another thing that can happen on that?
Can I?
What's another thing you could do?
Choker
Yeah,
chain.
you could choke it.
Choker strap.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, you can use your strap for chokers.
Yeah.
Use that protectors in
Put
the
a couple of
strap.
those
You
on.
can get
You're
it tighter
good.
than that chain.
You can use your blankets and wrap it with a chain.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. So you build the bulkhead like this. It's chained down. It's bound down with a binder, and that becomes a bulkhead. That's wonderful. These videos are going to play. So here we got videos.
Cool.
So see the white car? That's a brand new BMW 5 Series, guys.
He's not paying attention.
Well, he shouldn't be
What?
there.
Not paying attention.
That Beamer shouldn't be there.
A Beamer shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
You gotta slow
He's in
down.
front of him.
He wasn't in front of him.
Okay. Now he is. Right?
Oh, come on.
Is he really gonna hit him?
Really? Yeah.
Now let's pay attention.
So when this happens, no camera covers in your truck. Because why did he do it?
He wasn't paying attention.
Okay,
or-
so what was he doing then?
Watch the
Well,
TikTok.
I'm not stopping.
I'm telling you, we have the truth, right? We have the truth coming out right here.
Go
Watch
680.
the
Fucking TikTok.
That is a blind spot in them 680.
Or Snapchat.
If you're a short person to begin with, that dash is way higher than any other truck out
Well,
there.
that's why you got air in your
I'm just
seat.
saying. Well,
Exactly. That's why you got air in your seat.
but that is a blind spot.
Push
Even
that
with
breeze
the,
down the road.
I got
Push that
short
breeze
legs.
down the road the same
That
way.
is a blind spot.
Hey,
right there.
I will make you something you can strap on that has.
I know. I'll get elevator seats. Okay.
Get you those old.
All right.
You got some phone books, you know?
So this one, I downloaded the video, and he's like, "Hey, send me the video." The CHP guy wants the video. I'm like, "It's not downloading." I'm not gonna send the cops that video.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
That
What
one
is that reason you get it?
Hey, watch.
it's going to cut across the front.
This one's crazy.
Right there. There you go.
74. Oh, it's on 60.
Watch in front of them.
No, this is 74. Well, not 74. It's on 60,
60.
going up to Wickenburg, just south of Wickenburg.
This on 60?
And it's 55.
Oh, it's right there at the T.
That light.
Right there.
Is that-
all the way across.
This is 74 right here. This is where
Yeah,
74 is.
55 zone right there.
in front of them right
I
now.
know
There we go.
Oh, shit.
Bam!
Why'd that car do that? It went white?
That is a phenomenal.
Hey, I tell you what, those people that haul
But
animals.
look at
like
this
that,
fucker. He
And
won't
he's
stop.
still going.
He won't stop.
He
So
won't
the
stop. It's
driver
the truck.
had to chase him down.
Why didn't he stop?
He had to pull up next to him and be like,
Truck.
"Pull over."
That's why he didn't stop.
Huh?
He probably
He
doesn't
knew
have
he hit the truck.
insurance.
That's why he didn't want to
He
stop.
probably doesn't
Oh, he goes, "Oh, I thought I just blew a tire."
Well,
Yeah.
We have a horse in
Big
there.
old green truck next to him.
Yeah, that horse.
Oh, yeah.
Horses kicking.
Those guys go 85, 95 miles
All right,
an hour.
this is in LA. Verco decking in LA. What happens here? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, let's push this pile of Verco decking out with our bumper.
Oh, dang.
Guess who reported this to me?
The company?
Verco decking.
Yeah.
Is that?
Oh, well, somebody's actually watching because they're zooming in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys
Then
there,
when I asked
security
him-
watches all that shit.
When I asked him why he didn't report it, he said, "I thought I was going to get fired."
Hey, that ain't
So
Mulberry.
he got fired
It's an accident.
John?
for not reporting.
Huh?
Mulberry? Is that
That's not
Mulberry?
Montana.
Oh, it's in LA somewhere. I don't know.
Or is that Fontana?
Fontana. There you go.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not Montana. That's Antioch.
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. It's in California.
No, it's Antioch.
How's that? It's in California.
Yeah, if you hit something in
That's
Montana.
Antioch.
So listen, hey guys, this is damage.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, if you hit something in Montana, you really don't.
Oh, yeah, you don't know how to drive.
Yeah.
So listen, you got to report that immediately.
Antioch.
No time lapse. Immediately.
Oh, I don't know. Weather.
Looks like
Where's it was?
Well, how close do you have to be, really?
Three
Close enough to see what they're watching in the back.
lines.
Yeah.
That's one. That was 1 second.
See, that's how close you need to be.
One.
All mission
One. That's it. One.
1 second? No, you said 3.
No.
This guy's at
Some
1
of that
second.
tend to get past 1 second.
So, hey, does anybody know how fast he's going?
62.
62. How many feet per second?
That's
About 90 feet per second.
I don't know.
How fast is a normal person's reaction
I
time?
was going out there.
Slow as fuck now.
It's 3/4 of a second, average, just to react. Then to apply, so then you react and you hit the brake, but you haven't applied, it's going to take about another 1/4 of a second. So it's 1 second.
Unless you got superpowers.
Huh?
Unless you got superpowers.
Yeah. And that's if you're not fiddly farting around, not paying attention. Where's he going to go?
Just waiting for that slow down.
Yeah, but you don't have to be cramming up everybody's butt to do that. There we go.
You know, that's how load should.
Now watch this, what's it like, what's it like? Yeah. Yeah.
See the hood? Bounce, 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 bounce,
Yeah.
bounce.
He was,
That means flat, 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 flat.
oh, he was emptying the
There's a
distributor.
new gas station.
So moving on,
Does he have low?
that will remove your camera cover on the
No,
outside.
no, you don't. He's going to see him too.
There's your good one. Where's this?
I have no idea.
It's right down here, Southern and 75th.
Oh.
Or not Southern Baseline. Zoom. What are you doing?
What the heck?
Oh my God, bro.
So
You saw Homestead offer anything?
that your guys' head has to be on the swivel.
Oh, that mirror zone.
Mirror, who's that truck?
Who's that truck?
How long have the brakes been on before we see our drivers start cramming in?
You can hit them.
Hey, this is a good one.
Wow, bro.
Where's this at?
That's not even a second.
No.
That's tailgate.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why?
yeah.
That's intimidation. That's the only reason. Let me show them what this Kenworth grill looks like, and maybe
Isn't
he'll
that-
move over.
But isn't there a law that says move over?
Arizona has the law that says slower vehicles keep right. But if he's going the speed limit,
Still has to be the right lane.
No, yeah,
Oh.
you still have to
No,
go right.
no.
Ask Sheriff Lamb.
Sheriff Lamb is wrong.
Oh, on 347, he ain't wrong. He pulls people over all day for camping.
Yeah, it says left lane is only used for path.
Yes, that's what the
There's a
sign
lot
says.
of
If
there's a lot of
there's
signs
a
going
sign
on.
that says that,
There's a lot of signs going on now that says that.
Then what is he doing in
so
You're
there?
not-
listen,
you're not staying-
sheriff deputies, I'll let them. They know like dogs and
Oh, yeah.
horses and chickens all day.
But his speed limit is 55.
You want to know what traffic is? You talk to a trooper. All right, so hey, what do all these vehicles have in common in front of this truck?
Look like brake lights.
Yes.
Oh, man. He's playing on his phone.
That's going down the grapevine. Back to mountainside.
Oh, did that truck just hit that car?
No.
Why are we going
That's
They didn't
pretty
have any
freaking
contact,
close.
But close, yeah.
Wow.
Well, he started to go right, but there was somebody there.
Yeah. No, I'm saying the truck right
No, I see. The truck that's being pulled on the trailer.
Yeah. Oh, that's not what it is?
Yeah.
Looks like they're on a-
Okay, look at this one.
Yellow.
That was a hot shot.
Yellow line.
Look at this. Count.
Whatever happened to the point of no return? Just fucking go.
What are those lights you're going
Check your turn.
Like, seriously.
How about this one? So, what can he see in front of him?
Nothing.
So, if that guy has to lock it up for some reason,
He's finished.
then we're done.
Yeah, at 73 miles an hour.
Like your line, like your prices. There's a problem. There's no guarantee on the box.
Heck, if something breaks down, you can call me, even if I'm home watching TV.
Callahan has guaranteed every part sold since 1925.
Maybe so, but it's not on the box. It should always be on the box, comforting you, calling out, I'm good, I'll never never let you down, but if I do, I'm going to make things all better.
Our brake pads are made with a non-corrosive polyplated.
Son, if you're not talking about a guarantee, skip it. My customers need to see that little label looking them right in the eye.
Hey, you can get a good look at your butcher.
What?
All right, you want to talk about guarantees then, fellas?
You just ran out of time. Chicken wings.
Let's think about this for a sec, Ted. Why would somebody put a guarantee on a box? Very interesting.
Go on, I'm listening.
Here's the way I see it, Ted. Guy puts a fancy guarantee in a box because he wants you to feel all warm and toasty inside.
Yeah, makes a man feel good.
Of course it does. Why shouldn't it? You figure you put that little box under your pillow at night, the guarantee fairy might come by and leave a quarter. Am I right, Ted?
What's your point?
The point is, how do you know the fairy isn't a crazy glue sniffer? Building model airplane, says the little fairy. Well, we're not buying it. He sneaks into your house once, that's all it takes. Next thing you know, there's money missing off the dresser and your daughter's knocked up. I've seen it 100 times.
But why do they put a guarantee on the box then?
Because they know all they sold you was a guaranteed piece of shit. That's all it is, isn't it? Hey, if you want me to take a dump in a box and mark it guaranteed, I will. I got spare time. But for now, for your customer's sake, for your daughter's sake, you might want to think about buying a quality product from me.
Okay, I'll buy from you.
Oh, that's... What?
That actor passed away already.
Oh, a long time ago.
Long time ago. You know what he passed away from?
Drugs.
Speedball. Just like this hero.
I know.
Okay, so, yep, Belushi. Very good. Very good. So, any questions about what we've covered? No questions? What time is it?
Oh, I do have a question.
I got a question.
He was talking about shingles, and shingles when they pack them on the pellet, they're not necessarily packed on one side of the pellet or not, right? So they're kind of like in the middle. So then they pack the pellets on top of the trailer, and there's a space in between them. That space.
But they're banded.
So they're banded, so that
Shingles are not banded.
All they do is put plastic.
yeah, they just shrink wrap.
They're banded. Uploaded mini roof.
It's the roof.
Yeah. Yeah.
A roof tile won't touch you because
Okay,
you're
so
breaking it all.
when somebody says shingle, to me, it's a wood shingle. Tile is...
Another thing, and then there's asphalt shingles.
Then there's asphalt shingles.
So it's stacked
You say asphalt. Alright. So just listen, as long as the pallets are touching, you should be pretty good. Alright, what was your question, David?
On the car, your equipment, there should be 2 4-inch straps in the trucks also. Just, that's where you got your...
What we're doing is we're gonna send out you guys for an inventory of your truck. See what you have. We don't want to buy a bunch of shit that, so say David could have 42 of the 4-inch ratchet straps in his truck, and David has none, David has none. So what we want is everybody to have 2 of the 4-inch ratchets, the portable ones. We want everybody to have proper V-boards. We just damaged the load on that. If you're going to start damaging stuff, please stop and call us. It's a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper.
What load was that?
I don't know. It was a load that went over into AJ. But the driver cranked down on it so hard it crushed all the boxes.
Oh.
Boxes.
John, how do you secure that thing?
You gotta have V-boards.
And then the second, you put 2 straps, and it's too light, so more
And,
straps.
and on drywall, guys, if you use just a little 4-inch thing, it's gonna crush.
You don't have any fucking thing.
Yeah. So,
Bro, it's not.
listen. Good news. The good news. Some good news is that the mill cut wood all day Friday.
All day non-stop.
Holy shit.
Measurements come out good all
Hey.
So they
Well,
brought
you shouldn't have brought it up. It's going to not work on Monday.
Now, they brought in a guy from Weyerhaeuser, and he walked in, and it wasn't lining up to the saw, so they started 6-inch cut, and on the other end it would be like 7.5. when the board ran through. He came in and said, remove this piece. Started cutting straight, and then he's working down through the whole line. So
A year, and it was one piece.
a year.
Well, and then how long have you been trying?
It's been fucking 2.5 years, dude.
Well, of course, last Christmas, so it's a little over a year. It's supposed to be like-
Didn't they cut all week, like 2 weeks ago, and then they had to do a major overhaul?
There's some other issues, but they're getting worked out.
Oh.
Good.
So listen. So that will be a big relief. That is that I can't give you the total number, but it's a lot of money that they've spent on that. But they're moving forward. They want to get. So we have probably one of the newest fleets out there. They will continually buy trucks so that they keep new trucks, new trailers. They found that the maintenance is down on it. The overall cost is less when you just rotate. So, but we need to get the equipment right. And there's some things, I mean, there's growing pains. When I first got here, we had 51 trucks or something like that.
They weren't great.
No, they weren't.
No, I was here.
They weren't. But over the years, we've gotten a lot better. And so it's just growing pains. So be patient. Talk to us about things. Please do not engage dispatch. We've had 2 guys that dispatch said to fire. And Mike Chavez and me decided to keep them. Because we think that they're worth keeping. So, with that being said, what kind of loads do you think they're going to get?
Not very many.
All the crappy shit.
A lot of crappy shit, you're right. So, when I say treat dispatch right, I'm dead serious, man. That is the hand that feeds you. You piss them off and they're going to be like, F this guy. So,
There is
please
no
don't.
preferred driver's list. The preferred driver's list, they give you a load, you pick it up, you deliver it, you get connection to do the same thing. That's the preferred driver's list.
Yeah.
No lift.
Yeah, the guys that, listen, the guys that are easy to dispatch, the guys that are on time, the guys that don't have hiccups, that don't leave late, that don't...
Take 5 days
Yeah.
to get to,
Exactly. Those are the guys that are easy to dispatch. In your job as a truck driver, what's the easiest thing to load and tie down?
Air.
Air, you're right, sailboat fuel. What's the easiest thing?
Rebar.
Well, you have to-
I love rebar.
So rebar's easy. Or do you want to go get a Verco load that you got a gear strap and all sorts of shit? It's the same way with dispatch. You go, I hear that all day long. You hear their phone ring. Oh shit, not him. What do you think? What do you think is going on?
Exactly.
So listen, I'm just trying to help you guys out. You guys can choose to do whatever you want, but if you choose to treat dispatch like shit,
What it means like
that's
that.
what your paycheck is going to be like. It's going to be shit, for a lack of a better term. If you guys have a problem with dispatch, say a dispatcher pisses you off, and instead of calling them and telling them they're pieces of shit and they don't fucking deserve to live, call myself.
That's aggressive.
Call.
They go
Yeah.
that far?
Oh my gosh.
I'm just like,
Call myself or call Mike Chavez. If you guys start the conversation with, "Hey John, I got a van," you can cuss me up one side and down the other. I don't care.
You put it on speaker?
Everybody has to have- So listen, you can cuss us and bitch us. Let us be your advocate. Let us be the one that goes and talks to the customer. Let us be the one that goes and talks to dispatch. Let us be the one that goes to Stephen and David saying, "Hey, this person's not being treated right." We'll change it for you. But you can't take matters into your own hands. Please don't. When you guys get stopped for an inspection, if they find something that they're writing you up on, take fucking pictures right then and there. We just had a driver put out of service on a paper log because the trooper thought he ran 7 days, he ran the 60 hours,
60 hours. So.
And he fucking writes down on the thing, driver was at 65.25 hours. And I look at him, I'm like, why didn't you say so? Oh, I was scared, man. I get that. I get it 100%. You know, I've been on both sides. Shit, I still get nervous if I'm driving and I get pulled into a scale house.
Why do you get nervous? What do you got to hide?
Because I know my So, but I get it. You get. It's just like when people get to a UA, and it's called white coat syndrome, and they can't.
Oh, for sure.
They can't pee because they're just terrified. I get to my doctor for my physical, and my blood pressure goes through the fucking roof every time. So this time I'm getting my doctor to prescribe tranquilizers, and my wife's going to go me in. You're barely alive. Give me the 2 year, baby. So listen, there's things that we got to do.
Was there a scale in the mill?
Skeleton milk?
Yeah.
Just take a deep breath and sit.
Oh, hey, that's a great point. Is there a skeleton milk?
Yes.
There is. So listen,
but it don't work.
regardless, if there's a skeleton milk, hey, shh. Hang on, guys. If there's not a scale anywhere you load, or if you are, I hate to use the L word, but if you're too impatient, not lazy. I didn't want to say lazy out loud. If you don't want to go across the fucking street and weigh your truck, or go to a scale close by to where you're loading, what else can tell you where your weights are?
One air scale in the truck, and if you're lucky, you got 2 air scales on some certain
But
trailers.
you should never be over on your drives, right?
Right.
Because you should be able to look at your scale for your drives, which is an air pressure scale, and in each truck it's going to be different. So when you scale, out at Love's and it says your drives are 33,500, you should look at how much fuel you have and say, okay, now I know. At 62 PSI, I'm at 33.5. I'm allowed 34. I'm not going to go over that with a half a tank or a full tank. Know what it is. You guys can avoid these things. We just had a guy left Plymouth, made it down to, where's the first scale? I can't remember.
Perry?
Is it 3 miles?
No. It's Perry.
No. It's Brigham City.
Yeah,
Brigham City. All the way down to Brigham City at 36 something on his drive.
You're supposed to scale actual going onto the scale, and then they ask you, is your weight fine? And then you say yes. If they don't scale actual going on, then they're stupid.
That's true.
But listen. The scale out at CMC where you're going uphill to scale is not going to read.
Scale going off at CNC.
Yeah, when you're
If you
leaving.
go up or off, it's not going to be right. Scaling laws require it to be level all the way through.
CNC, if you actual going off, I went to got a
It's not going to be
cat
right.
scale ticket. I was only within 20 pounds on each axle. Because coming off, when your truck goes down, your trailer is still level, your drives are still level, so it's not got that push going yet. So you can axle out, but you got to go off the scale, CNC.
Yeah. So hopefully as soon as the new place is ready and up and going, it's flat.
Well, no, they're
But know your weights on your axle. Know it. So they turned them around. They said, well, can you take
And your load
a
suspension
ticket?
too.
Or, yeah, your load suspension gauge. Or you can go back and get it taken off. So he said, what do I do, John? You think that? How about you go over to Target and buy a bunch of fucking heating balloons?
Was that southbound Perry?
No, it wasn't. It was Brigham City.
Well, that's Perry.
Oh,
That's a Perry scale.
Yeah.
But remember the northbound guy didn't give me that option. Remember when I went across there? I made it through.
Well, I got the beaver. I
Right.
got the inspection report. Guess what's on it?
What?
Not
Oh, well,
because he
remember,
went back to fix it.
well, remember when I went through there and I got through what 3 or 4 scales? St. George.
Yeah, but you were empty when you went across until you fueled up. That's where the
No, I wasn't. I was loaded. I got loaded at CMC, and my weights were good at CMC. I got to Perry, and they were the only ones that pulled me in. Said I was 1,200 pounds under.
Well, a lot of times when you guys go across the scales, nobody's looking.
I know the one guy at Canal was the one with the draft.
So listen, me and Mike want to be your guys' advocate. That's the bottom line. Let us do the dirty work. It's a lot easier for us. We'll fight for you everything we can, but let us do the fighting. Any questions? No? Thank you for being here, you guys.
If it wasn't